What's up everybody, this is Cool Game 24 here, and I'm gonna bring to you my Resident Evil 6 review, man. This game has been getting trashed all over the internet. Every single reviewer has been trashing this except a couple few, and I'm gonna be a part of that couple few. I'm gonna review the good parts and I'm gonna review the bad ones. And also I'm gonna do my thoughts on the game overall. Let's see. You will get to play as Leon, Chris, and Jake. They will be partnered with Pierce, Shelly, and Elena. They're gonna have different campaigns. It's 4 campaigns. Ada Wong is in one too, but you know, hers is always secretive and everything else, like always. But they advertised what they told everybody before this game came out, that Leon's campaign was going to be more like Resident Evil 1, classic Resident Evil, and Chris Redfield was going to be more action based off 4 and 5, and Jake's was going to be more like Nemesis. And basically they was right and they was wrong. Let's see, the campaigns, all 3 of the campaigns, all 4 was pretty much fun. I wouldn't say that they were high quality, but they were fun for Resident Evil. The story was pretty much alright. Wasn't the best. It had a lot of holes in it, but at the same time it was fun playing with Raccoon City. This game made you feel like you were different campaigns. It made you feel like that you were that character, because they always bring it up in the dialogue. You know, when you play with Leon, you know, he always hinted at about the Raccoon City and him being a survivor, blah blah blah, and it kept bringing that up. So basically, you basically playing with a character who's been through a lot. When you play with Chris Redfield, you know, everybody, you know, Pierce, his partner, telling him that he's a legendary figure, and you know, Chris Redfield talking about him being, you know, about Raccoon City, bringing that up all the time. Also him, you know, killing Wesker, that comes up a couple times too. So you're playing with a veteran character, 2 veteran characters that been through Raccoon City. Then you have Shelly, who, you know, been in the same situation with Leon in Raccoon City. Jake being Wesker's son, and Shelly, him being Wesker's son, it makes it seems that it could have been a storyline there, but they didn't really do what they should have done story-wise to explain how Wesker's son got to be in this position. Like I said, it was an alright storyline. It was an alright story. Wasn't the best, but it was okay. Gameplay was pretty much it was put together. there were plenty of people that didn't point it out, that the design team seems to really put together so many different aspects of different games in this one game. There was too much button mashing, way too much button mashing, too much quick time events. There, there wasn't any type of I don't know what to say. It was just too much. It was over the top action that you see in Call of Duty, as everyone else said. It was just plain. It was clunked together. Camera angles is bad. The guns was good. The skill system was cool as well. The melees was a good addition. Different types of melee attacks. That's about it. That was really good about the gameplay, but everything else, the clunky camera angle, the too much quick time events. Oh yeah, my fault. The levels designs for each of the characters' campaign was pretty much the worst. It seemed to me that they didn't know how to program certain. I don't know. They didn't. It seemed to me they didn't know how to program. They didn't know what they were doing with each of the campaigns, because certain themes and certain things that was in Jake's campaign should have been in Chris's campaign, and half of the stuff that was in Leon's campaign should have been in Chris's campaign. And it seemed to me that they misplaced almost every single thing in each of the campaigns, and it made it feel messy. This game was messy. Overall, the game was real messy. Gameplay was messy. There was only a couple good things about the gameplay that I liked. Like I said, the story was okay. That's about it. You know, I'm just trying to get somewhat of a positive view on this game. This game is good. If you're a Resident Evil fan, you will ignore the flaws, because this game has many. I suggest, if you're a Resident Evil fan, you rent this game and wait till it get lower. If you do buy this game, it should be as a collectible to your Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 5, and you put that together with the new, the new evolution of Resident Evil. And if you have the old Resident Evils, that's good too, and you put that together and you can play this series through. That's the only thing that's good. That's the only thing Resident Evil 6 is good for. If you're a casual gamer, don't buy this game. Rent it for fun, because this game has tons and tons of content in it. And it's 20 plus hours, which gives you, it's a lot of time. It's time consuming. Yeah, that's about it for the review. Now, my thoughts on this game. Man, everybody giving it such a hard time, but people should understand. Everybody, even the reviewers and everybody, said this game was crap and it's doing the same and it should evolve and should go back. Capcom had to deal with three types of fans. They had to deal with the casual fans who buy games like Call of Duty, and they want to. Call of Duty is making tons of money, so they went towards them. At the same time, they went to the classic people, people who were bitching and complaining about the old RE5, but they really couldn't, they try to satisfy them, and they also try to satisfy, damn, let's see, let's see, some Resident Evil fans that liked it 4 and liked it 5. They were pulled in 3 different directions, and this is the result of the game. I don't know, I'm flabbergasted right now because people expect too much of this title, and they really think it's going to go back to the old Resident Evil, which is not going to go to the Resident Evil, because people complain about the puzzles. Guess what? The puzzles was in a mansion. Half of the time they were in facilities that were created to they were created for the purpose of secrecy. In this storyline, it's evolved, the timeline evolved a lot forward than that. That means you're gonna have less secret mansions like they had back then when Umbrella was running things. So you're not gonna have the old Resident Evil back at all, because it's not gonna sell. And companies sell games to make money. And Capcom, to me, you shouldn't want, you shouldn't try to put your faith into a game, especially to a developer like Capcom, that sometimes they don't even listen to their fans. They throw away half of their good series, and they put some of the other good series on the shelf and don't use them for years, and then give it to somebody else. Example, Devil May Cry. And the fans, and I'm seeing it all over, they're complaining about the classic RE5, and they're complaining about everything else about this game. Dude, it's a game, it's a good game. Maybe they will make up for their mistakes later on. This game put a lot of good, it's a lot of seeds been planted in this game. If you see the end, there's potential to bring back Claire, the potential to bring back Jill. Leon could come back, Barry could come back, different things could come back. But at the same time, you have to voice your opinion, and I just was tired of the negativity for this game. I'm a fan of Resident Evil, but at the same time, what you expect if you're a real fan of Resident Evil and you pay attention to timeline, you should know that they wasn't gonna bring back the old Resident Evil. It's impossible. It's impossible to bring back, except in remakes. If they remake 1, 2, and 3 of Resident Evil, then that's the only time when you'll see these type of graphics and the type of evolving that everybody want to see. But other than that, you're not gonna find that. Not only that, you should know that Capcom was going to follow in the footsteps of Call of Duty, because Call of Duty, as I said, made money. So you're trashing the game. If you don't like it, don't buy it, rent it, do anything you want. But at the same time, what do you expect? Capcom doesn't have a great history with listening to fans, but if you complain enough and you have more and more fans saying the same thing, they will listen. They want that. They want the fans, the real fans of RE5, to voice their opinions. And if you don't, we're gonna keep getting crap games. Look, that's about it, because I got a lot more to say, and fuck it. Fuck it. Um, as I said before, everything else. Look, if you're a real fan of RE5, you have to understand everything that they did. If you are a real gamer, you will see the flaws in this game, but actually at the same time, you can take this game apart and see what's fucked up about this game, but still play it as a fan of Resident Evil. If you are a deep Resident Evil fan and you follow the timeline, then you already know it's nearly impossible for them to go back to the old Resident Evil without actually without doing without making any type of money from this game. They wanted money. This whole montage of bullshit they put together in this game was ordered to make money. Hopefully they will remake 1, 2, and 3 and do the series some justice, and hopefully they will get it right next time and wait about 3 years before they release another Resident Evil, because in my opinion they should have released a remake of 1, 2, and 3 in this form, you know, in with these new mechanics, with the laning mechanics and different types of things that was in this game, and then released all 3 of these games at the same time, and then release 6, because in my opinion this game wasn't polished. This game, as I said, it was clunky, it was cluttered, it wasn't polished. They should have sat on this game like they did Devil May Cry. They should have did that. You know, they gave Devil May Cry to the most stupidest. Don't let me get into that. But also, you have people who are saying, yeah, it's evolved. We want the series to evolve, but we also want it to stay the same. Make your fucking mind up, please. Just make your mind up, because if you want the old Resident Evil, it's still there. They got the hard copies if you actually have the old copies of Resident Evil, and they got digital copies. Stick to that. We're in a new time, and it can't go back to Resident Evil. It can't go back to the old one. As I said before, I can't say it again. It's just, yeah, that's about it. Yeah. Sorry, this wasn't an accurate review. It's just frustration on gamers, fake gamers, and all types of stuff. The bad reviews this game got. I just wanted to put my opinion out there. That's all. Yeah, that's about it. Get the game if you like the Resident Evil series, to add it to your collection of Resident Evil. That's all I can say about this game. That's all I can do to sell you this game. It did a pretty good job of making you feel legendary with 3 characters in this game. Campaigns was fun. Certain scenarios was cool to play in, especially. But last thing I say, don't expect too much from this game, because you're gonna be utterly disappointed. Yeah, see everyone later, man.